everybody? We are back. It is Taped on Live Favorites, podcast favorites, channel favorites, everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 25% off. Also, make sure you hit up the homage link. Get you a Bo Jackson shirt, Max Crosby shirt while it's hot, and then get you.
It might be on sale soon.
And get you, any Raiders gear that you want to get, and of course, hit up the TDL store as well. Go support the TDL store and support the channel there. tapedontlie.store. All right. So today we are doing some more draft show. Today I'm doing Omar Cooper, and Matt is doing defensive tackle Kristen Miller from Georgia, who's getting a lot of buzz here lately. All right, so as we begin into today, nothing really hot on the Raiders news. Just Linderbaum, the bomb dropped today. That Linderbaum might be available for the Raiders. He's not getting a franchise tag. I guess go ahead.
I was going to say, there's a couple guys that I think a lot of people have circled that they want the Raiders to target free agency. Linderbaum and then Alec Pierce, too. The Colts ended up putting the transition tag on Daniel Jones instead of franchise tagging or transition tagging Alec Pierce. So two guys are at least set to hit the open market. We expect them to hit, or think they'll hit the open market. Who knows? They might get an extension here in the next week, but I feel like that was the top two people that most people were interested in, and they will be free agents.
Yeah, they'll be free agents. Supposedly, I mean, they still got a week, right? They got till the 13th is when actual free agency starts.
The 11th is when it technically starts, but Monday is the legal tampering period where it's magically all those deals get negotiated in a minute. Right when that window opens, all of a sudden there's like 20 signings in the league. Yeah. Just when the legal tampering window opens, which is funny. So really, it starts on Monday.
Yeah,
we'll get the news at least.
Yeah, we'll start getting the news on Monday of who's signing. See what the Raiders are doing. If the Raiders are slow, fans get freak out. What are the Raiders doing? Nobody's getting signed.
Spytek's sitting on $90 million again.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see if they throw some money at Tyler Linderbaum or what they do in free agency or who they're looking at. Really hasn't been too much buzz. I mean, there's talk about trading for Tremaine Edmonds and Rashid, of course. Was it Rashid Shaheed? Was it
Rashid Shaheed?
Rashid Shaheed, him as well should be a guy that might be looked at. Of course, Alec Pierce as well is a guy that has been connected to the Raiders a little bit. So we'll see if those guys hit the market. Because they didn't give him the franchise tag, but that didn't mean there was they're done negotiating with him.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. Same thing with Linderbaum, right? But if any of those guys hit the market, I think it would be Linderbaum. I think he might hit the market.
I think it'd make the most sense for him to do it because the center market's so weird. Where like you look at the guards, I think the highest paid guard makes like $24 million, and the highest paid center is Creed Humphrey at $18 million. So there's like a $6 million gap, and it's also been about they're expecting Linderbaum to get 22 a year, so about splitting the difference, but. Yeah, the center market's a weird one just because of how those guys get paid. And then I don't know why the NFL does this, but they just do offensive line for the franchise tag. So it's $28 million, which is obviously more than the actual guard, the actual top guard makes because it includes tackles. So I feel like he's going to test the market and just see what he can get. I don't know, no guarantees if he'll end up coming to Vegas or leaving Baltimore at all, but it does seem like it's trending towards him. At least seeing what he can get and maybe driving that price tag up at the very least for the Ravens. And then with Pierce, I saw something today. I think Schefter, one of the insiders, reported basically that they're still open to both sides are still open to negotiating him returning to Indianapolis. It's just not guaranteed now that they decided to put that tag on Daniel Jones instead of Pierce. So, like you said. Both guys could go back. Both guys could end up testing the market next week. We'll have to just kind of hurry up and wait at this stage.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. Because this is funny. I text you about how we could probably do free agents now. You're like, well, yeah, we'll do the show and they'll both get signed right away.
It's just with the franchise tag, clearing that hurdle is nice.
Yeah.
Like I remember one year we did like I did like 3 guys. I think it was last year maybe. I did like 3 guys and 2 of them signed an hour after we dropped the episode. That was fun.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All right. But yeah, I mean, besides that, there's really much is going on. Of course, the Crosby rumors are still flying, but I mean that's gonna be a thing until puts his hand down on week 1 until we go out there and Max Crosby is a 98 to week 1. We're gonna be hearing about that. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Right? It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop after the draft until he has his hand
down. I think it's not gonna stop till the trade deadline. Like, think about it. If the Raiders aren't winning and they're not like in contention after like September, like they're just gonna pick right back up again if he's not traded before then, of course. So yeah, we've probably like, if you guys are sick and tired of hearing about Max Crosby getting traded or potentially getting traded now, just wait. We got about like 9 more months of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long process for everybody.
Yeah,
let's see that. All right, so today, of course, you're doing some more draft stuff today. After the combine, I'm gonna be looking at Omar Cooper, and Matt's doing Kristen Miller from Georgia. Tell us a little bit about Kristen Miller.
Yeah, so Kristen Miller is an interesting guy because reason why I haven't done him yet is, well, part of it is I like Cade McDonald and then Lee Hunter better at the nose tackle spot. But when I was just looking at the Raiders' needs and where I see Miller, like he played so many different techniques. Like we'll see on these clips, like he'll play as wide as a 4-eye, and then he'll play like straight up a zero tech nose tackle. But he was a little bit on the lighter side. Like Georgia had him listed at 310. Yeah. So in my mind, I'm sitting there thinking like, well, even though you did it at Georgia in spurts, like I don't know if you can really be a full-time like nose tackle who like 2 gaps and sits in the A gaps and just parks himself over the center. Like I think Lance Zierlein on his scouting report when I was looking at it put Miller as like more of a shade nose, which I could see from that perspective at when he was like listed at 310, but he showed up at the combine at 322. I'm like, well, now we can work with that. That's like we got a little bit of extra mass that we can put you at the nose tackle, and I think he's big and strong enough and a good enough run defender to be able to do it. Still a little bit of a projection to see him do it like on a regular basis because he was used so many different ways at Georgia. But I can tell you what, man, he's strong as hell at the point of attack, a really good run defender. And he's pretty athletic too for his size. Like he moves pretty well, has good lateral movement skills, and is like decently quick for as big as he is. The only problem is like he's just, as a pass rusher, you're not going to get much from him right now. But I think because he has that athleticism, like you could probably even work with him on like his use of hands and stuff like that, and just kind of refining his technique as a pass rusher. You might be able to get some sort of production out of him down the line, but definitely more of a project. And like I said, the one thing you will know when you get him or whatever team drafts him is they do know they're getting a good run defender who can do a few different techniques for you, and can shoot gaps or can 2-gap a little bit too. So he's definitely a dude who I think is again on the table at 36, especially if those first 2 guys get snatched up for earlier in the draft. But an intriguing dude at the beginning of day 2 for sure.
Yeah, I've watched some Miller tape as well, and I thought, like, of course he's at Georgia. I felt like if Georgia maybe let him show off maybe his pass rush chops a little bit, maybe there's something a little bit more there. So I thought his game against Ole Miss, he really had a lot of good pass rush reps in that game. Probably his best game as a pass rusher, but yeah, you're right. He's a monster run defender, monster there. I'm doing Omar Cooper, who's getting a lot of buzz. What was he, like 19 on Daniel Jeremiah's list, something like that? Yeah, I think he's super high. I'm verify that when I talk about him. But one thing about Omar Cooper is that he is a great route runner, right? I mean, he's a pretty great route runner. He is consistent there. I mean, there's really not too much to like about his route running. Now, you could talk about maybe he hasn't faced a lot of press coverage, and because he's mostly a slot guy, right? I mean, he played mostly outside, inside. I mean, for the most part, I mean that was his job. He was not asked to be outside. The outside guys were Becker and who's the other guy? Surratt, Elijah Surratt. So yeah, so those 2 guys are the outside guys. He was the inside guy for the most part, but they did move him around a little bit. It was funny. Of course, I was watching a bunch of games. I've done like almost every Mendoza game. So was putting those games together and I was rewatching it, and then he had a couple drops in those games, and I would look, and of course those are 2 games that he had to drop it. So he's very sure-handed.
Gotcha.
So he's pretty sure-handed. Only had 3 drops all year. Like I said, he's a consistent player. He's not going to be really a big contested catch guy, right? So that's why he's more of a slot move around type of receiver. But I do think he has the strength to be pressed. I think he's a lot stronger than given credit for. So I think there is an element of him where he could play outside a little bit. And he could probably win outside against certain looks. This is a bit interesting comp. He kind of reminds me of Jacoby Myers.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. I can see that.
Because he move inside. You could play him outside a little bit. There's some outside upside with him, and he has sure hands, right? And he's, like I said, he's not that much of a contested catch type of guy, but I think like in the red zone and things like that, you could find ways to scheme him up where he can get open, and he's a sure guy that way. And he's just definitely a smart player too, as well. You could tell. So I think he has a lot of upside to him, though, right? There's a lot of upside, and I mean, yeah, he did move up to 19. He was not ranked at first, and then he went from not ranked to 19. So.
It is funny. Like, I feel like at the beginning of the season, like there was a lot of hype around like Surratt, and no one really knew about Omar Cooper. And then as like the season's gone on, that's just like the tides have started to shift. And like, I mean, even now, like a guy like Daniel Jeremiah didn't have him in his top 50 before, and all of a sudden he's a top 20 ranked guy, and a first round pick. And I feel like that's kind of like generated some buzz over the last like month or so, where like he might sneak into the back end of that first round. But yeah, I mean, I've watched him a little bit. I haven't really studied him, but just watching Fernando Mendoza, he's the guy that always kind of stood out and would be my preference of the 2 people, or the 2 wide receivers that the Mendoza worked with, if the Raiders want to keep that pairing going, just because of what he can do, or what he can do as far as you talking about, like creating separation, a little bit more alignment versatility, and then on top of it too, like he's pretty damn good after the catch. And if you watch that Penn State game that from Mendoza had that game-winning drive, he was on the receiving end of that goal line catch where he snuck the toe in to get Indiana the win, and eventually the Natty lead into that. So he's a dude who I'm very intrigued by. I don't know where he's going to go. Like you're talking about before, maybe he ends up not even being on the table for the Raiders at this point, but he's a guy where if you want to give Mendoza someone he's familiar with, I think he's your best option as far as what they had at Indiana last year.
Yeah, especially after you went out to the combine and ran a 4.42. 37-inch vertical leap. So
yeah,
the athleticism is there too. I know the Deebo Samuel thing is interesting to me because I feel like they don't have the same type of. I mean, he has some good yak to him, but
how big is he? Because Deebo, part of what makes Deebo so like impressive is he's built like a running back, right? Like he's small, he's short and stocky. Like he's like 6 feet, like 215. How big is Omar Cooper?
199. I don't get that.
Yeah, that seems like an odd comp. But.
Yeah, it's weird comp to me, but yeah, that's why to me, like I see like a Jacoby Myers type player. That's what I see when I watch him. That type of guy who can definitely help you out. I don't know if he'll ever be like a true number 1, maybe depending on the right scheme, but I think he could definitely be that a really great wide receiver 2 inside type of player for sure.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right. Yeah. All right. Let's check out some Kristen Miller, man.
All right. I'm going to start with the pass rush, which I will admit is going to be a little more underwhelming. But again, just to kind of show you a little bit of the potential. This is part of what I like about him when I'm talking about with his athleticism. Like he's going to start here in the 4-eye, and Georgia would do this a lot where they drop this outside backer, and they would trust him to contain the outside, and he did a pretty good job of that. We'll see it here in a second. You can see on this one, like does a decent job working the hands. This comes from 2024, by the way. I think this was the regular season matchup against Texas that they had with Quinn Ewers back there. And then again, I think this was this season earlier. You can see the quickness, and like one thing I like that about this, like if you watch like the way he uses his head and like shoulder fakes, give the center a little something to like to bite on, and then just went across the face. So like you can see the quickness, you can see the like lateral movement skills to be able to grow as a pass rusher. It's just even on a handful of these clips, like he's not exactly using his hands to beat guys.
Yeah.
Now this one is a QB draw, so it technically goes down a run play, but it basically functions like a pass. I'm gonna back this up a little bit. Part of the reason why I like this clip is I wanted to highlight this is like the Auburn's last ditch effort, their last 2-minute drive, and like you can tell Kristen Miller, like he's gassed. He doesn't even have his mouthpiece in, huffing wind a little bit.
Yeah.
But then once the ball snapped, like it's go time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see, he just puts that guard on skates.
Yeah.
And when Arnold tries to pick up the first down with his legs, he ends up getting there for the tackle for loss. Not quite a sack because it's a run play, but this is what I was talking about earlier. Again, I mean, this time he's lined up straight up as a 2 technique, just head up on the guard, and then just gets to the outside. And we'll see this against the run too. What I like is he's not a robot. Like he reacts to what he's seeing. Like he's working wide, and instead of just kind of continuing to engage with this right tackle, he's going to notice Ewer starts to leave the pocket and then just kind of vacates it and ends up getting his hands up and getting a batted pass here.
Mm-hmm.
So again, nothing too impressive, but little things that I think can make a difference in the passing game. Again, I mean, that time we lined up, I think, technically inside, or I guess on a 2-eye technique here. Same thing. I mean, it just shows how much trust Georgia had on him to be able to contain the edge from these close alignments. I mean, basically the same clip we just saw. Again, adjusting to what he's seeing, recognizing the blitz is getting home, and Arnold's rolling out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Just adjusts his path and makes that throw a little more difficult for Arnold. But on to where he's really going to make his money, which is destroying blocks like this one. I didn't even realize at the first, this is supposed to be a combo block. How do you beat a combo block? You kick the center's ass.
Yeah, exactly.
This guard is trying to get detached, but when the center's getting pushed 2 yards in the backfield, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And as you can see, like he takes away this cutback lane on this outside zone call from Texas.
Yeah, no combo block on that one. That's for sure.
For sure. His edge defender owes him a little money here because he makes the play, and that guy gets the TFL on that one.
Yeah.
See this again? What I'm talking about with the alignment, the 4-eye here, just the strength. Like that's the thing. Like he's constantly winning at the point of attack. The other thing, this isn't the best example, but does a pretty good job keeping a wide base. Keeps his pads down for the most part at the point of contact. Nice tight hands too. Then just gets off that block, wins across the face to go get that tackle for a short gain. I think this is basically the same rep. You can see a lot of these. Yeah, pretty much the same rep. What I like about this one too, and this is what I'm talking about with his like football IQ and just his instincts, is he's lined up on the 4-eye, right? And he's inside shade and keying the tackle first. Once he sees this tackle like step outside or step outside for the outside zone call, like he immediately shifts his eyes to the guard.
Yeah.
And then takes that guy on.
Nice.
And he has, I can't remember what his arm length was at the combine, but I think he has like decently long arms, like I think 33 inches.
33 inches, yeah, 33.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. And like you can see that he just maximizes it with his strength and his length. I mean, another example in this one, not the best one actually, but I think this actually was again supposed to be a combo block.
Man.
But when you kick the guy's ass in front of you, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
CJ Allen's happy because he gets an unblocked tackle.
Exactly.
At the line here.
It's a strong man.
Yeah, for sure. Here, we can put him at the nose at this time. This was last year against Notre Dame. So this is Pat Coogan. This is the Indiana center that some people are high on in the draft. Probably going to be a day 3 pick, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like you can see, like this is excellent 2-gap. Like you see him starting the 3, slide over into the head up into the 0 tech. Just gets his hands up and like again protecting this inside gap first.
Yeah.
Recognize the running back. Now we use our quickness and athleticism to just win across his face.
I'm laughing because like Pat Coogan has bad film against like every top 50 defensive tackle.
Pretty much, yeah. This is why Pat Coogan isn't in the day 1 or 2 discussion. Good against bad comp. Put him against better guys, and he has some issues. I mean, pretty much the same rep we just saw, just against the guard. Again, perfect 2-gap. Take inside, where we're not like over committing to this A gap, but we have like an inside presence. We're showing color in that. And once the running back cuts back, thanks to the 3 tech over here, just beating his block. Now we're in a perfect spot to go get a tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's what I liked about him on film is that he's just not making room for other guys. He's making plays.
Yeah, for sure. And he can do that too. Like we'll see a couple clips too. Like I pointed out earlier, he can keep linebackers clean too, which is what I like about his game. Again, I mean, same thing. This time I think he gets a piece of the splitter here on the split zone. Yeah. Right there. He's just one of those guys that if you solo block him, you better be running away from him because he's gonna beat the block and make the play. See it on this one too. This Mississippi State, which I know is not exactly the elite competition of the SEC, but for the purpose of Kristen Miller, you can see just the physical dominance. So we'll say this tackle attempt is not great.
Yeah.
When we can beat blocks and at least slow up running backs, we'll take that every time.
I mean, 78 felt the brunt of that. He didn't get up.
I think, he got injured on this one.
He didn't get up.
Yeah. It's a rough one. Rough one for 78. Not exactly one that'll be on his highlight tape at the end. This clip was a little bit more of a one-off, but what I like about it is it shows what I've been talking about a little bit here with his football IQ and his combo of athleticism. Like you're going to see him slant into the A gap from this zero technique spot, and he gets penetration against Connor Lew, another guy who's probably going to get drafted in this year's class.
Maybe day 2 too as well.
Yeah, maybe day 2, and gets penetration with the rip move, and then he feels like, all right, I'm kind of going the way he wants me to go, and I'm starting to get washed here. And on top of it too, like with everyone else setting the edge and with our edge defenders setting the edge over here, now I can like spin back outside and kind of free myself up to make the play. But the running back ends up going that way anyway for some reason, and then he just goes back the other way and gets back in the play. So again, changes direction a few times, uses get off and uses speed to be able to make a play. Oh, Pat Coogan.
Oh, Pat.
It was what I was talking about earlier with like the block recognition, playing over as a 3 technique against this guard, sees him pull, knows the down block is coming, shifts the eyes and hands. Not even the best, most physical rep from him. He's just so damn strong. This is the best example of his base.
That's a great rep right there.
And then we just physically dominate the center. Damn near get a TFL because just dominate Pat Coogan so bad.
Just throw him into the running back. You know.
That can work too. We'll take that too. This one obviously doesn't make the play on this, but I just love it because, again, this is the shade nose technique that I was talking about earlier. But this is supposed to be an inside zone. Yeah. Like you can see the running back's eyeing that, and he just sees Connor Lew with his head damn near bent backwards. All right, I'm just going to go straight to the backside. We've effectively cut the field in half at that stage. Just physical dominance. A couple combo blocks here for you guys. Yeah, this is not great technique from the Tennessee O-line, but you can see like just his ability to just absorb contact. Like it's not even the best rep from him, where he just kind of like eats the contact from the guard and center here, and ends up splitting those guys. Gets a tackle right at the line of scrimmage after taking on 2 blockers. Again at the 4-eye. That's just what I love about him taking on double teams is he does such a good job of just attacking the man he's lined up across from, beating them, and then getting skinny. Like you can see him start to turn his shoulders here. Yeah. And just ends up splitting it. Weird second rep too, where he kind of has that like weird tackling technique, but if you can split double teams, split combo blocks, we'll figure out the tackling on the other end.
We'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out from there. Again, just him being a football player and not a robot. I like this one too. Like you'll see he recognizes the outside zone, starts flowing with it, and then now we drop the anchor against this combo block, while at the same time tying up this guard here. And then once I see that running back cross my face, now I get back outside and I go and end up making the tackle. So like you're talking about earlier, like he just knows how to make plays, and part of it is like while he's taking on blocks, he's peeking in the backfield and seeing things, doing a good job with it. Yeah, this is what I was talking about.
Control, basically. He has control.
Yeah, for sure. This is what I was talking about earlier, where like he's just able to keep like linebackers clean. Like this center is trying to climb up to this linebacker, this number 19 here, but because Kristen Miller just does a great job of attacking the center, it does get a piece of the face mask here. It doesn't get called, but it's only a penalty if they call it. And at the end of the day, like what I'm getting at here is like he just beats the center and ties him up to reset the line of scrimmage. So where this guard there's nothing really the guard can do.
Yeah, nothing.
creates a pile in the backfield. Maybe doesn't get credited for the tackle here, but look who comes free and is able to get in the backfield. 19,
Yeah.
so you didn't have to take on a block.
Mm-hmm.
So again, so maybe not like the most pure, zero tech type of nose tackle right now, but he's someone who I think can grow into that role. And especially, him already putting on 12 pounds from what he was listed at Georgia, that's a good sign. And I mean, he clearly has plenty of strength to be able to do it. So, he's a guy that I think, again, if Lee Hunter and Caden McDonald are off the board at 36, which who knows, we'll see if that ends up happening. I think Kristen Miller is an excellent plan C, I guess, if you will. I think he's another guy that just feeds into the depth of this nose tackle class that I really like his game. Was encouraged to see his weight get up a little bit at the combine.
Yeah, especially, I mean, it all depends on what they do in free agency to see where they go with that. With the going with nose tackle, because it could be Tonga or somebody like that they might bring in. But yeah. I think they have some options at 36. We're gonna see what they do with those options, see what they decide. With defensive line, but that is one of the guys that I could see them taking at 36, just because there is a little bit of pass rush upside there, just a little bit, right? Maybe you can develop him. Maybe if you let him get loose a little bit, maybe if he's not asked to two gap, because I mean, basically it was just two gap in that whole, that whole film that you're showing, right? I mean, that's what he was asked to do. He did it well. And that's a lot of Georgia guys are, you know what I mean? I mean, they're asked to do one thing and they do that, what they're supposed to do. And then sometimes, they go to the NFL and might, have something to unlock a little bit or some talent that they haven't really got into. So, maybe add some things to his game a little bit. Maybe he can, become that type of pass rusher that you want inside, maybe. But the way he plays a run, man, he's going to help you there right away. I mean, he's a great run defender, right? He's one of those dudes that's going to come in and just play the run really, really well. He has great hands and, can find ways to dominate when he needs to.
Yeah. And I mean, getting a nose tackle who can provide some pass rush help is a nice bonus. But at the end of the day, what we're really concerned about with that position is, can you plug up gaps in the middle and be that 2-down guy that we're looking for. So it's more of an added bonus, I guess, is what I'm saying with this pass rush skill, not necessarily like a red flag or anything.
Yeah, I agree with that. Dude. All right, let's get into some Omar Cooper. All right, so let's get into some Omar Cooper here. We start off with this crosser here against Wisconsin. So let's let this run real quick here. You can see the suddenness in that route right there. Should bring it back here. He's to get this one-on-one here against this slot corner here, which is usually easy matchup. What I like is that he sees that this guy's giving him the inside here, and he doesn't get too fancy with it. He just takes it, right? And then you can see the 4-4 speed there. He kind of just separates from him. And it's, of course, a great throw from Mendoza right there. It'll get some yak a little bit. So, I mean, it's something he does really well there. Boom. Get that in the slot. All right, next one here. Put the wrong guy. It's him right here. My bad, guys. But he comes in the motion here. And what I like, some of the things I really like about him is he's pretty physical. He's a physical guy. He's gonna, you're not gonna be able to. That's why I think he could beat press, because how physical he is. You see right here. I mean, this corner does a good job of staying square on him, and ends up getting his hands on Cooper. Cooper's just able to fight through it. Nice little arm over there. Get some separation. You see how much separation he gets. Like, this is not fancy at all. That's just him being at the physical at the top of this route here. So here, get some physical out here. Arm over there. You can see all the separation he gets here inside against Michigan State there. So watch one more time. Get it right there. Get a little jab step. Get through it. Nice.
Nice move. It's a nice route.
All right. So what he does really well is these blaze outs. It's nasty. He does these blaze outs to perfection. I'll just say it like that. So because you can see it here, right? They go into cover 3 here, Maryland. And he basically has this, this guy's playing the curl flat here.
Yeah.
And what you see is how well he sells it. Like he looks like he's about to run a drag. I mean, they run a lot of crossers, and so they want to ride cross a lot. So it's basically just kind of like a play off that, right? It looks like it's white cross. See all the concepts on the other side. You got the kind of got the go route. I think you even got you got the end from this side here. I mean, it's prototypical white cross concept. And you think he's crossing, then he just jab steps right there. And what I like is that he's able to get flat here.
Yeah.
Right there. And he's got great timing with me. Those are there. Let's watch it one more time here. It's just nasty stuff how he sells it. It just looks exactly like white cross. What are you gonna say, Matt?
I was gonna say I like how he gets on this like corners of the nickel's toes too, right before making the cut. Like reduces the space.
Just a nice cut right there. I guess see another one against Michigan State here. And this is for the guys who think Mendoza has a weak arm. Just here. So this one you're getting quarters. So you're getting the safety against run the same route. Like I said, same concept. Looks just like white cross. The safety's gonna bite down here. Boom. Nope. He's gonna come right outside here. Good timing there. Right on the money. So I'm saying it's a great route, especially when you get him in space like this. He is hard to guard.
Yeah, he sells those routes with his head so well. So the head and eyes.
Head and eye fakes there. All right. This one is against Alabama. So this one's gonna be a corner route here, a deep corner. Kind of the same thing. See, what I like about this route is like is what he does to 7 here, because I mean it ends up being cover 0 basically. I see cover 0. It just gets on the move here, and what I like is that he kind of sells the crosser, but he really doesn't do too much. It's just all his eyes, right? He has 7 here basically in trail, right, and then as soon as he sees that, he hits the corner. This is not anything fancy. This is a little nuanced stuff where you're selling it. And you just give him a little head fake here, boom, and then you're all the way to outside, and then Mendoza gets that ball right to him.
Yeah, he loves those like blaze out pylon routes.
yeah. He can run these, man.
Yeah, I feel like that's like been all but like one of the routes you've shown so far.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Like if it's somebody that Kubiak would definitely like, because this is some of the stuff that JSN does, right? Some of these routes that JSN does, and he gets these one-on-ones like this, you could open it up for Cooper a lot, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So this is probably one of my favorite routes is the sluggo here. Just easy. This one's about how you can move him around a little bit. Like he's just not a slot guy. I think he can play outside just because how he is against press here. And what I love is kind of the same thing. It's all the fake. I mean, he sells the hell out of this slant. Like that looks like a slant here, guys. I mean, he has this guy driving, and then he's able to just jab step completely back into the go route. Like, I mean, this is textbook sluggo. This is like Omar Cooper type of stuff.
I was about to say Omar Cooper or Amari Cooper.
This is a Amari Cooper sluggo, who's one of the best sluggo runners I've ever seen. So, and just look at that, and then saying has a good time with the quarterback still. I mean, you don't get any more open than this, man. You don't get
that's like at least 10 yards of separation. Damn.
Yeah. So, all right, here's another example here on this one. So that's what I'm saying. The 4-4 speed shows up because he can win deep too. So you're getting a one-on-one with the slot corner here again, right? I mean, it looks like some more quarters here, I believe. So you get the one-on-one with the outside corner on this one, and like I said, at the top of this route, he doesn't do too much. He's not gonna do like a rocker step. Just a little quick jab step, and then get inside quickly. Like it's not a lot of wasted movement, a lot of good timing in his routes when he's still showing some nuance and having some moves there, and then he's just wide open. It's just dime. He does a pure dime.
Not bad for a guy with a weak arm.
I know it's not bad, right? I mean, just throwing it 40 yards on the line.
Yeah.
right on the money. But yeah, it's saying this route too, especially how it's designed against quarters too. It's just as soon as Mendoza sees a safety drop right here, he just throws it right over his head. Boom,
Boom.
touchdown. There's a little dance there. All right, and I want to show this one just because show him being pressed here and being strong through press coverage here. He doesn't get the ball on this one. He does get wide open though, but Mendoza he does the right thing. He gets the blitz and hits the check downs. I actually like this is one of my favorite reps of Mendoza because I just want him to do this more on film. I know this is not a Mendoza breakdown, but I do want him to kind of just easy throw sometimes. But what I like about this one from Cooper is you can see the guy ends up getting his hands on him, right? And this is what I talk about, the strength that he has. See him just fight through. He keeps fighting through this press coverage, and then he ends up just leaving number two. And he ends up just being wide open on this rep, right? Like this, look what he does to this guy. This guy had his hands all over him.
Yeah.
All over him. He just fights through it. So look at Nowarski. Nice little run through.
I like that. I know he's small and undersized, but I like that dude, that tight end. I love it if they used like a late round pick on him and put him at fullback.
All right, so this was saying some more deep route stuff here. Now this one's just purely up the seam. And what I like about this one is his ability to just kind of catch the ball in traffic here, knowing he's about to get hit. And this is a big time catch at a big time moment to their Penn State. Indiana really needed this here. It gives a deep drop cover 3. Go ahead.
I think this was like the last. Was this their comeback drive?
Yeah.
Their 2-minute drive. Yeah.
Yeah. Boom, right there. Know he's about to get hit. Braces for it. It's a good catch there. So as I'm saying, he's dependable inside too. He's a very dependable guy. Like I said, only had 3 drops all year. Boom. And he's also a guy you can use in the red zone too, which I really like because, like I said, it's not a lot of wasted movement from him. So you're getting this one-on-one here with him in the slot corner here, and it's just not a lot of wasted movement. It's just quick jab step with the timing. This is basically an RPO. So, and he just gets right there, gets flat, right exactly where he needs to be, and makes a great catch. Gets both feet down, I believe. So it's been catching the NFL too. So. It's just the savviness in the route running. This is why he's gotten so much higher. Is because people are starting to see once they watch more Mendoza film. The more Mendoza film you watch and you study Mendoza, he just stands out more and more and more. Yeah. All right. I was picking the wrong guy a lot here, guys. But anyways, here's another one which I like about this one because is how he sets up this route, right? He knows he's supposed to get a pick here. And I like how he gets upfield. You see where he attacks this inside corner right here. He's attacking this guy straight up first. And then he gets into that out, which sets up this natural pick. So this is all intelligence here. And he gets a nicely easy throw from Mendoza, touchdown.
I feel like I've seen that exact I feel like I saw this exact concept from the Seahawks last year.
Yeah, right there, right? That's what I'm saying. Like that's why he is a good fit for what Kubiak likes to do. Like I feel like if somebody could make him a number 1, it'd be Kubiak because he's like exactly what Kubiak likes from a Z type of receiver where they keep moving him around a little bit, do a lot of these type of concepts. Touchdown. And of course, I was gonna have this one. I was gonna let you guys down here. What I like about this one too is basically how you see kind of number 6 just kind of staring. I think this is Key Wheatley actually, kind of staring at Mendoza because this is cover 0, I believe. It ends up being cover 0 here. He's expecting this ball to come out quick, and I think what Cooper does is Cooper like kind of stays in his he tries to make sure that he kind of stays in peripheral where like it makes him feel like that he's kind of running some kind of hitch route, and the guy just kind of loses him in the back. And he's not expecting Cooper to be behind him, and then you can see this ends up just being a great throw and catch, and then you see that full extension there, getting both feet down. It's just ridiculous.
Unreal, man.
Yeah, also Pat Coogan got destroyed by Zane Durant in this game. So this is Zane Durant's best game. Right? And you have to show for this one from the backside because look at that extension, bro.
You can get up too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a 37-inch vertical leap, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, could he make contested catches? Yes, right. But it's just not on film because he wasn't asked to do that in Indiana. But I do think that you can. He's a Z, and you can do some things with him outside just because he can make a catch like that and get it both feet down. That's great concentration and balance. All right, and then he got a little yak ability too, which I like here against Miami. See him kind of just break this tackle here, boom, on a little quick slant, break that tackle, get upfield quickly. All right, because this is like a second and 17 or something like that.
I thought he got the first down on the catch.
no, he did. He got in the second one.
Yeah,
and this ended up being I think their first touchdown of the game on this drive. That was a huge play for them, or the field goal. You kind of show this one from the backside here. Break that tackle, get in the space. I guess that's where the Deebo Samuel comp comes a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so here he is from a condensed set here on this one too. All right, so this is like 3rd and goal here. I mean, this is definitely a long play, but what I like about this one is how you kind of see it, how he tries to make sure he understands where he's at. So you see right here, this is why it's perfect for the slot. He sees what Mendoza's doing, takes a quick peek right there to see that linebacker is right next to him, and he makes a nice contested catch and just kind of breaks that tackle, right? And just gets a little yak there. So there is some yak ability a little bit there too as well. But I mean, overall, like, he's a great route runner. Like obviously, I mean, he's probably one of the best route runners in this draft. Definitely one of the most consistent wide receivers in this draft, and definitely breaking this down a little bit, I probably could move him up higher on my draft board. To be honest, like I did like him a lot. I was way higher on Montserrat like before even he went off. I think I had him I had him 7th already, but I don't know, man. I might Denzel Boston. You might get jumped after watching that. So. Yeah, I just think that he has a little bit of what I would say that ability just to get open from the slot. If you get him, like you're saying, if you run these teams are running too high, and you get him 1-on-1 on the safety from inside, it's over. There's no safeties really guarding him, and then you can find out if you can move him outside a little bit, move him around, see what he can do. But to be honest, like I don't see him getting past 49ers. I don't. That's gonna be. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, because
you say that, and the comp that like now just comes to my mind is a little Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. So
size wise, they're about the same too, I think.
Yeah, they're about the size, and they're both the same type of route runner, right? Like maybe Ayuk has a little bit of issues with press a little bit still, but like what Kyle Shanahan used to do is get him 1-on-1 on safeties like crazy and move him around. And if he does that I think that's something that will kind of maximize his talent big time. And that's why I don't see him getting past the 49ers, but we'll see what happens. Maybe some teams push up some other guys here, especially I heard 7 offensive tackles are going. If you're talking about 7 offensive tackles, I'm trying to think of who. I was trying to count in my head.
We forcing it?
Yeah, that's what Daniel Jeremiah said. He said it could be 7 offensive tackles, but after that, I don't know. When I was kind of thinking, I was like, who's like 7
in the first round?
Yeah, he said the first round. And I was literally, it was like Freeling, Lomu, I guess. Is it?
Yeah, Lomu? I guess it's got to be the 2 Utah guys, Fano and Lomu, Maui Goa.
Hennichor, Blake Miller, probably.
Yeah, Blake Miller. I mean,
Freeling, of course.
Yeah. I don't think this tackle class is very good either. So I mean, but if that happens, that might work in the Raiders' favor. So we'll see.
Hopefully it does. Yeah, so I'm saying that might work in the Raiders' favor. There's somebody who loves these tackles, man. And these tackles keep moving up. I mean, because Hennichor, he ran a 4.91 at 330 pounds. So he's he's a freak. So he's going first round for sure. So I think some of these tackles get moved up a lot here. You might see Omar Cooper drop. And he would probably be one of the only guys. Like it would be him and Denzel Boston that I feel like could maybe get to 36. Like so Concepcion, Cooper, or Boston might get to 36. And those are probably the only three guys I would take a wide receiver. Like everybody else, I feel like would be a huge reach. But I would feel pretty good about this one. I'd be like, damn, I really wish you could with a defensive player, but this will work. It'll work.
Yeah. And I think for me too, like I kind of like I get like getting a guy that like Fernando Mendoza is comfortable with, has chemistry with. It's just I guess kind of what I'm going at is Cooper kind of be the only receiver I'd really like be excited about at 36. Like you said, I think I'd rather see them tap into this deep defensive class. But if they are going to go with the receiver route, I could understand it with Omar Cooper. And I mean, the tape you showed, that was pretty impressive. I knew he was like a better route runner than people were giving credit for, a few months ago. But just seeing it on the all 22 on tape, like, was confirming. So yeah, and like you said, the veteran stuff that he does, the savviness, the little head fakes, where it's not like anything like too showy or anything like that, and thank you stuff that can get missed. But like he very clearly understands how to run routes and how to get open, how to manipulate defenders.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. We'll be back on Friday with another mock draft. So definitely check that out. I did my 32 round, my first round mock draft. See how many I got right. I'm my Ty Simpson at 16, man. I'm pushing for that one for the Jets. It's Ty Simpson. I feel like I'm gonna nail that one. But go ahead, yeah, check that out, and then we'll be back this weekend with another show on Sunday. So make sure you guys check out Taped Online, and I'll be doing some member stuff tomorrow as well. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna do some Mendoza versus Michigan State. So be on the lookout for that as well. And then we'll get into free agency here, guys, next week. Once the free agents starts coming in, it'll probably be our next show next Wednesday. Probably be whatever free agents they got coming up. So we'll be ready for that, and we'll be good to go. It's always here, guys. We're always here. We're always here for you. All right. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.